He wasn't supposed to exist, not on any record, not in any file, not in any government log, not even in the shadows where ghosts of the system live. And yet, one cold afternoon in 2003, a man named Andrew Carlson walked straight into history, like a glitch in reality. Arrested by the FBI for making 126 high-risk stock trades in just 2 weeks, winning every single one and turning $800 into over $350 million with zero prior experience, no financial background, and no logical explanation, as if he was moving chess pieces in a game he had already won. When they questioned him, what he said wasn't a plea or a denial, or even a defense. It was a revelation. He claimed he was from the year 2256. Yes, 2256. They laughed at first, until he started telling them things no one outside of classified halls should have known, like the exact dates of terrorist threats that hadn't yet occurred, the cure to diseases the CDC was still blind to, and the timeline of global events that would unfold with terrifying precision. It wasn't just what he knew, it was how calmly he knew it, like a man waiting for a train he already heard coming. The agents thought he was crazy, but when the things he predicted started happening, when one by one the dots started connecting, they stopped laughing. They started recording, monitoring, and then locking down. The FBI held him in a secure facility, behind doors that didn't open, without codes and fingerprints. Yet somehow, weeks later, he was gone, disappeared. No escape footage, no logs, no explanation. $1 million in bail paid in cash by someone who never appeared. No name, no trace. Andrew Carlson vanished as suddenly as he had appeared, leaving behind a trail of questions that still burn today like embers in a forgotten fire. Who was he? Was he a liar, a genius, a planted distraction? Or was he telling the truth, that he was from a future we haven't reached, carrying knowledge we're not meant to hold? As reporters fought to get answers, as news stations blurred his face on grainy photos, the FBI sealed the case tighter than a submarine hatch. And just like that, the files were gone, redacted, buried. The world moved on, but whispers remained. Internet forums lit up. Project Pegasus, some said. Time travel is real, others insisted. But here's where it gets darker. 2 years later, a CIA leak surfaced. A declassified document quickly deleted mentioning an unauthorized temporal anomaly involving a man fitting Carlson's description. No names, no details, but enough to spark wildfire speculation. Some believe he was part of the covert experiment, a test subject from a timeline that should never have touched ours. Others say he was sent back to fix something catastrophic, and once his mission was done, he was retrieved, pulled back, or worse, terminated, because those who play with time don't always return. The most chilling theory, that he never existed at all, that he was a manufactured myth designed to distract the public from something bigger, something darker, buried even deeper than Area 51. But then, why do some agents who worked the case still refuse to speak about him? Why do strange, unexplained data breaches occur every year on the same date he disappeared? Why has his name never been cleared, nor officially condemned? Like a ghost caught between frequencies, Andrew Carlson remains a glitch, an unsolved puzzle wrapped in fear and forgotten files. And somewhere, someone still knows the truth. Maybe he's watching, maybe he's waiting, or maybe he's already among us again, in another name, another face, playing a game we don't even realize we're part of. Because if Andrew Carlson really was from 2000 to 156, then the question isn't whether he's real, it's what else from that future is already here, waiting in silence. But what if this wasn't his first appearance? What if Andrew had been here before under different names, at different points in history, always vanishing just before too many eyes noticed him? Old black and white photographs from the 1920s show a man in modern clothes, holding what looks like a smartphone. A Canadian time traveler incident in 1985, man disappears mid-interrogation, left behind only a metal tag marked EC56. Coincidence or breadcrumbs? Some researchers dug deep, connecting sightings, triangulating appearances, uncovering shocking overlaps. One conspiracy theorist uncovered airplane passenger logs dating back to the 70s, with his name same spelling, Same face on flights that never took off. Others believe Carlson wasn't alone, that he was one of many, part of a silent infiltration from the future, adjusting key moments in history to prevent, or perhaps ensure, something colossal. The deeper you go, the more disturbing it gets. Hidden interviews, whistleblowers who vanished days after speaking up, security footage mysteriously wiped. And then there's the case of Dr. Emil Hartmann, a physicist from Geneva who allegedly received encrypted blueprints from an unknown email domain in 2002, blueprints for a temporal stabilizer, signed only with the initials AC. A former NSA technician who now lives off the grid claims he saw Carlson's name on a classified time manipulation trial called Project Descendant. He says Carlson wasn't just involved, he was the origin point. In 2007, a man walked into a Chicago police station, bleeding and terrified, claiming to have escaped from an underground lab where he'd been kept in stasis for over 100 years. He babbled about temporal loops, a man in a suit who never aged, and cities he saw from above that didn't yet exist. His name, Andrew Carlson. Fingerprints, match. DNA, partial match. He was moved to a secure facility, then vanished before trial. Witnesses say the van that took him had no plates, no markings, and never showed up on security cameras. The public never heard his name again. The obsession with Carlson isn't just because of what he said, it's because of what's been done to keep us from looking too closely. News archives where stories vanish, journalists who change beats without notice. A tech blogger found dead in his apartment after claiming he'd uncovered Carlson's digital trail on the dark web, footprints leading to something called the Chronos Protocol. That phrase alone, Chronos Protocol, has become the heart of online rabbit holes. Forums flooded with people chasing patterns, symbols, old manuscripts allegedly referencing travelers beyond time. But the most damning piece, and intercepted, are a DIO signal from 2019 that repeated a single phrase every hour for 3 days. Carlson failed. Next window, 2031. What's more alarming is the pattern of silence: academic journals suddenly redacted, symposiums on temporal physics canceled without reason, and prominent physicists, those who once commented on time travel as pure fiction, now refusing to speak. Are they being silenced, or are they protecting us from a truth too volatile to comprehend? And then came the Munich event of 2022, a blackout at a scientific convention, where a speaker vanished mid-sentence, mid-stage, in front of 300 people. The footage corrupted. His name, Dr. Alwyn Krieger. His badge, registered to a non-existent university. His last known online login, from a secure terminal linked to Project Descendant. And in a nearby wastebasket, crumpled and torn, a photo. A photo of Carlson, smiling, standing beside a man who looked just like Krieger. Dated 1943. The fabric of this story stretches and tears with every revelation. A journalist from Tokyo claims she found an encrypted journal written in perfect English, with detailed notes about political changes and wars that hadn't yet occurred. She disappeared 3 weeks later, her apartment cleaned out. No sign of struggle, no trace of her laptop, her notes, or even her pet cat. One theory suggests there's a kill switch protocol triggered when someone gets too close to the truth about time manipulation. And if that's true, how many others have we already lost? And still, in 2024, rumors resurfaced. A viral video on the deep web emerged, only viewable through a hidden browser portal, showing a man in a black suit, chained to a chair, speaking in binary code. Tech experts translated it. The message: "I am Andrew. Timeline breach. Do not follow." Within 72 hours, every trace of the video was wiped from the internet. The uploader never found, but the binary used matched signal patterns found on old SETI files from the 1990s, flagged as not terrestrial. So what if we're not dealing with one man, but with an operation, a cycle, looping until it gets the desired outcome, each loop tighter, more dangerous, more desperate? What if the Carlson we saw in 2003 was already the 6th version, the best candidate? And what if time isn't a straight line, but a locked hallway, and Andrew was trying to find the right door to keep us from opening the wrong one? You see, this isn't just a story, it's a fracture, a disruption in the timeline we think is linear, and somewhere behind that curtain, someone or something is orchestrating every moment we thought was chance, every slip of fate, every lost file, every disappearing name. It's all part of a map we're not supposed to read. The question isn't where Andrew Carlson is, it's when. And more dangerously, what happens when he returns. Or worse, what if he never really left?